Alright, so I'm going to show you guys about this headliner, or the sunroof again. I've got a couple videos out on the sunroof, and be sure to watch all of them because these sunroofs can be very tricky. And again, on the first one, I spent an entire week on getting it to work properly. And that sounds like a lot of time, but this is very sensitive stuff in the sunroof, so the parts have to be exactly right or you're going to have problems. So this one here, I had a lot of problems with the tray, which is the headliner portion that goes on the bottom groove right here, rubbing and getting tight spots, and I just finally got tired of it and gave up and came up with a better solution. So I'm going to show you guys what that is. So many of you guys might have the same problem, might have a tray issue, because either you take out everything after you've already installed it and preset everything. You have to take out all these screws and slide in all these screws, which usually they're stripped out by then. You end up having a J&B weld them in or something, and then lift this up and then slide the tray in, which is really hard to do, and make sure it's really straight. Or you end up having to, and then pulling the headlight, the sunroof panel forward after it's been adjusted, and hopefully it doesn't come off the cables. And there's a whole bunch of hopefullys in there. So if you're going that route, be in for a good fight, because it's going to take you a while. And be really patient. You're going to do it 2 or 3 times, so, or 5 or 6 times in my case probably. And anyway, so if you don't want to deal with that, here's the solution. So what I did is we went to put the tray in, and it was binding up, and if it skips a couple of times with brand new cables, that's all it takes. You'll be buying them all again. So now it just goes up nice and smooth and even, and goes up to the point where it would just click right in. I don't have the handle, but you just have trouble finding it. But if you notice, this looks kind of like a familiar material here. What this is called privacy steel for fencing, for gates and fencing, wrought iron. So what we did is we actually screwed with small screws, stainless steel screws, right into where it normally mounts here, and then put some screws back here. I'll let you figure out where you want to put them, if you want to put screws in. Or you could maybe even use double stick tape in the back, I'm not sure, but I want to permit, I don't want to have issues with it. And this goes into that groove pretty easily. So what we did is we took the tray and we traced the tray with this material, and then put this in, and look how it looks. It really doesn't look bad at all. It almost looks like an original headliner. Now they have another one that has smaller holes in it, would be more appropriate maybe, but this is what I had laying around, so we just went with it. And you could use a solid piece of aluminum, and that would slide in those grooves a lot better than something with fabric on it that keeps on. This is the issue I had with my other sunroof, is yeah, you could get it to finally work. It'd work fine for a while, then you open it and shut it about 20 or 30 times using the car, and the material would start to come unglued or tear, and then you end up having to take the whole thing apart again and put another piece of material in. With this, it's basically pretty permanent. You're not going to have to take it apart again and deal with it. Now the thing that I did on this that keeps it from being noisy, because that's the issue you're going to have, is it going to be noisy, is what I did, and you can't even see it, but on the other side of this, in the Home Depot, I use this for all my headliners, I use it for all my roofs, all my doors. And it's by a company called Frost King. And what it has, and a lot of people get the wrong one, you don't have to put glue on it. It already has one side of it sticky, comes in a roll. One side of it's sticky, one side of it's foam, and the other side's aluminum foil. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like. I have some. So this is the stuff. It's in a roll. It's this side's sticky, it's foam, this side's foil. So not the stuff with the little bubbles on it. That doesn't work. That stuff, you'll be end up putting silicone. It'll come through the holes. It'll look like crap. This stays on there, and it will actually, will, this will actually deaden the sound. So, fired up the motor. As you can hear, there's really no noise from this. Going down the road, it's pretty quiet. And honestly, I think it's probably the best solution, and it looks sharp. If you got the smaller one with the smaller holes in it, it looked just like the headliner, and it doesn't sag, it doesn't fall down, it doesn't get stuck in the groove. You know, why didn't Volkswagen come up with this stuff? You know, theirs sucks. So this works just like I'm using one finger to shut it, and that's the way it should be. If you have to use any more than that. So this car's running good. This thing's really looking nice. It's all together now. There's a 65 sunroof. Just gotta put the seat back in, a couple things like that, little knickknacks. And I got the horn to work. Oh wait, it doesn't work unless the key's on. It works good. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you then, and good luck with your sunroof. Definitely, I would try this. I still have to put on like this little thing here, the little scoopy guy, and the handle, and the little thing that covers it. So, all right, talk to you in the next video.